Ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-main event of the evening, and it's a lightweight contest scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first this man standing to my left and coming out of the blue corner. He's a freestyle fighter with a professional mixed martial arts record of 10 victories with 8 defeats, and 5 out of those victories coming by way of knockout. He stands in at 5'10" tall and weighted at 155 1/2 pounds. Hailing from Vineland, New Jersey, and representing Team Evo, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Big His opponent is this man standing to my right and coming out of the red corner. He stands in at 6 feet tall and weighed in at 155 pounds. He's a freestyle fighter who's amassed an undefeated professional mixed martial arts record of 7 victories, 0 defeats, and 1 bout ending by way of draw. Representing the Bomb Squad and hailing from Cortland, New York, the undefeated Pat Awesomely Awesome Audinwood!
And there's that nickname I was telling you about.
Yeah, Awesomely
and your referee
Awesome.
in charge of this lightweight contest, Steve Rita.
Pat is actually cousins with John Franchi of the WEC.
Yeah, he's actually his main training partner / trainer / coach / friend / living partner. So they eat, sleep, and breathe fighting. You know, it's a good guy to have living with you.
Talking to Al Buck before, he just wants his family to know that he loves his wife and kids. And let's see if he can repeat that head kick that he did against Joey Knockdown Brown.
Yeah, it might be tough to kick a head kick like this, but a guy that does a lot of takedowns like Pat Audinwood, you might be able to catch him coming in on a takedown and catch him in the in-between phase with a kick. We actually saw Pat warming up earlier today with Ryan Ciatoli, working on the jab and working on his takedowns and working on actually keeping his right hand up. I guess watching for the hooks and just not getting hit. But he doesn't mind stepping right in there. He's popping that jab.
You have Al's throwing some punches, you know, but always he's wary of the takedown.
There's his head kick.
Oh, and then he takes Pat Audinwood down, which was a surprise.
And that is the proper thing to do against a guy like Audinwood. In my fight against Pat, I was able to mount him and advance some positions on him. A little tough to get close to him. He kind of stays out of your striking range.
Okay, we've got blood already.
We got blood, and as Audinwood's actually kind of looking for a triangle. It's actually it's Al Buck bleeding.
Yeah, it looks like he's bleeding from the eye.
Yeah, he's bleeding a decent amount actually. I can't see it in front of me, but I see it on the monitor. And there Pat goes. He's securing a nice little underhook, keeping it close to his head. He's going to try to push up actually for a lefty triangle.
This is a place where wrestlers generally don't want to be on their back.
No, but I'm sure between the amount of wrestlers, Pat's no takedown whiz, so I'm sure he ends up on his back. He's got guys like John Jones, Franchi, even Kevin Jordan's probably throwing him on his back, so I'm sure he's used to being on his back. This is probably nothing much, and I'm sure they know it's a weakness of his.
Well, you know, when it's only a 9-minute fight.
There he throws, and he has a triangle locked. It's in. This fight's over. That's a done triangle right there. And tapped. It's over. Fight's over.
Yep, you call that one.
Once you get to that position, you're done. There's really no way out, especially a guy like Pat's going to finish that. And he improves his record to 8-0-1 and stays undefeated. We're going to send the Garvin to the ring, and he's going to talk to the undefeated Pat Audinwood. And then we're going to take a quick look at this replay of the nice setup to the triangle that he was able to finish this fight with. As we wait for the replay, we see Al Buck and his eye tended to. He's got a small laceration over his right eye. Probably going to use a few stitches on that guy. I'm not really sure what shot that landed. It was probably the head kick that Pat landed on the takedown attempt by Mr. Buck. So here we go. You see he's setting up the triangle. He passes the arm across, and he locks up the figure 4 on the outside. Once you get to that position, you're pretty much done when that arm's across. All you really have to do is pull the head down. He even made it tighter by scooping the bottom part of the leg. That's what cinches it up. That gives the guy on top not much leverage to really get out of it. And very impressive with Pat. He's no submission expert, and that shows that his game's immensely improving.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end of this bout comes at 1 minute 54 seconds of the very first round for your winner by triangle choke and still undefeated Pat Awesomely Awesome Audinwood.
Now? And there we see Pat celebrating his win, gets himself a nice box of cigars. Looks like possibly some Columbus cigars. I'm pretty good friends with Pat. I hope he gives me one of those. He knows how much I love cigars.
Pat Audinwood, everybody.
And here we go. We're gonna see. We're gonna actually see what caused that cut. You see, as that outbuck comes in, let's see if we see it.
Congratulations. That was
boom, right there. That's what cut him. That actually put him on his back, but he ended up getting a nice submission off that. We're going to send it back to the ring. We got a little interview with Mr. Audinwood.
Triangle submission.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a wrestler at heart, but I try to do whatever I can to win. He kept posturing up a lot, so the arm sagged, and I just threw it up. It was awesome. You know, I like to thank Al because he came out and fought. I really appreciate that, you know. It's tough to get good opponents.
Well, you're up there at Team Bomb Squad, so you train with guys like John Jones, John Franchi. I mean, you're getting the best training partners.
Oh, and the first thing I did was thank my cousin, John Franchi. He's inspiration, man. He's fucking does everything for me. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but he's my man. He's my main boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Pat Audinwood.
And there we see Pat being very humble. Pat's always a very nice guy. He likes fighting.